Alright. Break over. Hopefully. Hopefully I get to keep playing for a little bit longer without other things, you know, getting in my way. Oh, here we go. Scout sent ahead returned with news about Cibola, one of the 7 cities of gold. Is that where I just hit? Have I not seen it? Or is it probably a city within one of these provinces? He had met a monk who had heard stories from the natives of Gar, the one we're in, about a city overflowing with riches. Its people decorated their houses with turquoise, used dishes of gold and silver, and had gigantic pearls, emeralds, and other beautiful gems. Find the monk and persuade him to lead us there. Get yearly prestige for the rest of the game. Get a little bit of prestige for the rest of the game. Or why should we trust such a madman for 5 How is this a choice? 5 prestige now or 0.25 yearly for the rest of the game? We'll take the yearly prestige gain, thanks, for the rest of the game. It's kind of a it's kind of a no-brainer. Oh, explore the coast of the Azores. Please, yes. Is that because of the colonial range? It must be because of colonial range, because I can actually, you know, go to here. Probably because I took Alentejo and technically support marriageable women. If I was DDR Jake, I would burn the colony right now. But I'm not, so I'll take marriageable women. Was that only 200? No, I wasn't paying attention. Did they just nerf marriageable women? So there's only like 200 instead of 300? Oh, if so, I'm a bit disappointed then, because marriageable women used to be good. Also, yeah, Azores is fish. I thought I thought I was misseeing things, but I always thought Azores used to give naval supplies, or did they actually change it? Because it was something I noticed when I was playing Portugal to try for the mercantilism achievement. The Azores had naval supplies, so I ended up having to sell it off to someone else so that I wouldn't have any naval supplies, so I would be eligible for the mercantilism achievement, or not achievement, event for importing them. But apparently now it only does fish instead of naval supplies. It's odd. It's a bit odd. I don't really get it, but I suppose if it works. Anyway, we're going to sit through this regency for a while to be able to get, mostly just so I can have a ruler, but really it's me the ruler that will hopefully give me the wedding. And hopefully he's 47 and she's a girl. Well, they both have to die, and as I said, that'll be 2 stab hits in quick succession for Aragon when it happens. Let's just keep busy. Well, there's not really much I can do other than keep exploring for a while, so it's entirely possible I might be increasing the speed. Although, not that increasing the speed is going to do much considering the, you know, all the natives attacks, all the natives that I run into in each of these provinces is going to pause the game every time, so it just kind of, it does become a stop-start thing. It is a tad annoying when you are colonizing the natives rising up. There's no way to say in the message settings to only pause when you're attacked by something, you know, by an enemy as opposed to by natives. I wouldn't mind being able to go into the message settings and say only auto pause the game and give me a pop-up if I'm attacked by something that isn't natives. Because that way I know I need to react when I'm physically attacked, but when it's natives it's just like, well, for most games anyway, it's natives, it's just like, pfft, natives, I don't need to worry about those. That is a llama. That is a llama, right? I'm wondering why there's a llama there. I know they said that they changed it so that some of the terrain effects, the things that were on the terrain, actually now show up in the political mode. Like you can see here, Buckingham, I presume that's Buckingham Palace. There's Notre Dame is here. I don't know what other ones there are in Europe. But basically stuff like the National Monuments pack is now actually visible in the political mode. Like there's a moose in Stockholm. There's a bear in Varmland. I wasn't aware wildlife were, you know, notable enough that they'd pop through into the political mode as opposed to the terrain mode. But, you know, I guess what happens. Whatever. And Jesus, yeah, exploration is quick. I mean, we're barely, what, 21 years into the game, and I've already kind of uncovered the vast majority of South America. Although I do still have to actually, you know, colonize it, which will take a while. Because colonization is slow. But once I get... see, it'll take a while to get it into Kaitara, which is... Actually, the Interkaitara is also technically the Treaty of Torsideus. But I'll get the second colonist here, and then once I get 2 ideas into the second idea group, or combination, then I'll get up to Interkaitara, which is the next colonist. And then we'll see. I might have to go... I don't know if I'll go expansion immediately, or maybe go for religious. I don't know if I need religious on top of what I have, because it's a deadly lake, go around it. I don't know if I need religious on top of what I have. It would be nice to have religious, because we are kind of a religious state, but you know, I get a little bit of missionary strength from the Inquisition, which may be enough, we'll have to see. But of course, being able to convert, you know, being able to convert North Africa is probably going to be handy. Especially if I end up taking over more of it, which I probably will. There's more llamas. Are all these provinces just going to be, you know, kept by llamas? Or are llamas the new natives? No, there's, what should we call it? I forget the name of that place. It's Mapuche. Mapuche, something like that. I don't forget what it is. Is it worth... I don't know too much more naval force them as of yet, and we'll need to wait for more of the... we'll need to wait for more of the autonomy to start wearing off in Portugal's provinces to be able to get more force limit out of them. Could do similar with... I don't have enough tolerance or stuff like that to do it in Navarre, especially considering that legitimacy hit I took. There are a lot of natives around there. I'm kind of trying to want to keep my arm down by my side, or kind of leave it folded, but I have to actually keep it straight there because I pretty much have it hovering over the spacebar constantly to whack it like there. And there's a Miltech 6, more tactics, infantry shock. It's nice, but of course Tech 7 is nicer because that's when you get artillery. And that's kind of important. Artillery are kind of important. You also changed that. Demi cannon has now actually got a dash in there. Hadn't seen that before. It's obviously done a bit of work on the QA. Ooh, a glimmer of hope. We have fought off natives, ate strange fruit and stranger animals, like llamas, caught diseases that no one should ever have to endure, and despaired for every step leading us away from inhabited cities. The only thing that has kept us moving forward was the stubbornness, the curiosity, and the firm belief of our leader that we will find the place we are looking for. Even their iron will seems to have faded these last days, and had it not been for a great discovery in Candelaria, they would have ordered our retreat. We found gold, which is a little bit of money. Not much money, but a little bit. These events are supposed to also unpause when I finish them. Because yeah, pause on events, but it's also supposed to unpause as soon as you click an option. Is that a recent change? I don't know. So we found gold down here, perhaps. Down here in Colonial La Plata. We shall see. Ooh, the money's getting a bit tight. Is that just reinforcement? A double reinforcement or something, I think. So yeah, I'm kind of running it tight, mostly because of the, 2 colonies for 1 colonist. Ooh, Tapuya's moving up. 1.69, and let's get the colonial range, which adds some discipline. A little bit of discipline. We have more colonial range, which from here isn't much, although apparently the trade winds are now counting. Actually, yeah, it is enough just from... Oh, from the Canaries it's enough, yeah. I get a vast majority of the early parts of Brazil. Not Maranhão, though. But I do get most of these, which I'll probably want to do. Ideally, I'd want to get into Bahia itself, because natural harbour. We can get there eventually, as long as Portugal is whacked out or knocked out as much as possible. That'd be great. But yeah, really, I just need to start making more and more colonies. Of course, I'm stealing more and more of the trade income now. Poor Portugal, you're getting fucking nothing. Whereas I'm getting more than you. Ha. Did I improve all the way with Aragon? No, I should improve a bit more. Or it's just degraded since the last time I improved. How about Scotland? Yeah, let's just improve relations with Scotland for a bit. Scotland will be nice. Not that they'll make much of an ally, but, they'll potentially be in the way. I don't know. Ooh. The Polish Magnet Rebels. Yeah, apparently Poland now have even tougher rebels rather than just standard noble rebels. They have a specific new rebel type which is there to basically which is basically there to almost enforce the elective monarchy. Okay, growth of cities attracts serfs. Where am I losing it? Losing it in Jane and going to Toledo. Jane. I'd lose it in wool and gain in iron. Okay, I'll take that. I'll allow that. Previously, this used to cost you a stability, along with moving the tax around. Now it just adds a little bit of autonomy in the province that you lose the tax in. Or you could end up taking increased serfdom, cheaper stamp, but losing that morale is a pain. However, yeah, I think Jane, yeah, that's only wool. I have no problem losing in wool and gaining in iron. The other thing about losing tax, you lose goods produced. And same, you gain tax, you gain goods produced. And as I said, wool loses its value over time, iron goes up. So we have to accept this. They'll go to Toledo, which increases it even more. And argument is finished. It is distant overseas. Okay, it is distant overseas. Tired of being governed from a faraway capital. So it is our core automatically. So we shall move down to somewhere along here. And these are still depleted by migrants, mostly because they've migrated all the way over here. I do want to start getting the Brazil trade note as soon as possible. Also, yes, Arguin has helped. Because I have Arguin as a core, it has now extended the range. I can actually get Bahia straight up, so I shall. Let us send the colonists there. And grab my navy so I can move the colonial guys in Arguin down there. Now I should probably build, I wouldn't mind building just a couple more troops to buff this up to a straight up 16. But it will take a while before I need them. And again, I do need to force them to grow sooner rather than later. 2 years until the regency goes away. Good. Right there, you can enter port, wait till the turn of the month before I actually move across. Now that I don't know if it'll do much. But it means you're not actually taking the attrition hit at the turn of the month, although we'll get there on the 30th of August, so lose out anyway. You still discovering things down there? We discovered sauce! Yay! We've discovered sauce! Guarani and Charrua. Charrua was down there in La Plata, so you end up needing to eat them yourself, basically. Oh, we're here. Land in Bahia, please. We'll need this to grow, and it'll be the start of Brazil. And while Brazil is going on, I'll probably have to bring other troops in the other direction. Whereas Portugal still exploring, the fuckers. I'm gonna bring the boats back to Arguin and see if any more missions, exploration missions, have popped out from the new core. Who knows? Bahia, you're gonna get there. Not many natives, a little bit of aggressiveness, but that's fine. There we go. Ugh, not gonna grow very well because tropical. But, you know, it'll do what it needs to do. It does the job. Okay, any new missions? Oh, Jesus, yes, loads. Explore coasts, explore more currents, explore Guyana, explore Iceland, Grain Coast. Oh, because I took the... oh, right, Colonial Ranges added a fair bit more to me. Alright, well, let's let them heal for another month. And then we'll have to start sending out some more exploration missions. Pretty much left for you to explore. There's a fair bit. I'm starting to find some of the South Africans. Or South Africans? South Americans, more like? Jeez, South Africans, for fuck's sake. Oh no! Oh, they're gonna lose the PU! No! Oh, there we go, nations encountering colonies. It's an event you get pretty much after your first colony in the New World, and you have to pick it, and you get it like this for the rest of the game. You can either live in peace, higher chance of assimilation than the natives. Lose ducats, gain a base tax, and get trade with the natives. And then there's also this repelling of the savages. So anyway, apparently repelling is the best option because... well, it does increase the frequency of the raids, allows the colony to grow faster. Apparently it means you're going to get more assimilation events. I can't remember what it is, but I've always found repelling is the best option. It also gives you a little bit of boost on your first colony there. But yeah, I repel the savages. because apparently they grow a little quicker. It also means a little better. I don't know if it is based on event for the simulation or other things like that, but, you know, apparently it's the best option. So let us go explore, at the very least, explore the coast of Gabu, which is only like right here. Which will give us, you know, it'll give us notice of a lot of stuff here in Eastern Africa. A lot of stuff. Jesus, that was a lot of stuff, and there's also a crocodile. And we found Mali as well. Not as much of a pushover as they used to be, because their sub-Saharan is now only 60% instead of 100. And where can we go? We will go, yeah, let's go Green Coast, which is just slightly around. Not too far around here. Actually, if we do get the Colonial Range to be able to find the Gold Coast, wouldn't mind taking that. Although apparently, ooh, there's an estuary up here in Kayor. And yeah, there we go, there's the Ivory Coast, which is a hell of a lot more of... Well, yeah, it's mostly because you need this, because this pretty much takes a lot of the trade from around Africa, and also takes... So the trade from Brazil also goes to here before it comes directly up into Europe, so you kind of need to do that. Let's explore the coast of Green Coast. I kind of want to discover it. Mostly I want to discover... I think it is just Ivory Coast, I'm not entirely too sure. I think it is. There's a province called Ivory Coast which has the centre of trade, or a centre of trade anyway. I don't know if there's more anymore since they said they were adding more. No, it's not Ivory Coast. Okay, it's around even further then. It's not Gold Coast, it's the one next to it, I believe. But yeah, there are apparently more estuaries and more modifiers, particularly in these trade nodes that didn't have very many to begin with. You could pretty much... Oh, there we go. French reconquest of Calais against England, so they're going for Calais. Did they even have access to Burgundy for that? I don't know. It's against England and Austria. Austria is at war with a lot of people. Okay, we shall accept. Austria is already at war with a lot of people that I probably don't need to worry about. So, yes, I will gladly join you. Go get Calais back. Alright, I guess we'll have to go explore more in South Africa, or South America, because I can't actually get much around here. And we're going all the way through the Andes now. Sup? Oh, the Inti. Which apparently have... Oh, they count as a pagan religion, because bonus local missionary strength, at least for now, anyway. Okay, I'm kind of hoping that they'll eventually allow us to turn off that sound when we discover, or when we explore via mission, as opposed to exploring via... Oh, wow! Morocco declared on Portugal to get Ceuta back. Nice. Ooh, here we go. Mutiny in wherever they are. Chucky Cha. Several crew members of the Conquistadors' expedition were captivated by the idyllic life in place and decided to abandon the expedition. This was declared an act of mutiny by the Conquistador, and after a long hunt, the mutineers were captured. Should they be sent back to us and tried here, or should they be forgiven and allowed to return to the expedition as crew members after a bit of flogging? So if you send them back, lose 50 admin, or flog them to lose 50 mil. Okay, so finally an event which is actually costing us something. I think I'll lose 50 mil because I'm so far ahead. Not that I'm so far ahead, but there's such a massive ahead of time bonus for Miltech 7 that I don't necessarily need the mil points, so we'll flog them. Okay, so then some of these events actually do start to cost you points. I was beginning to think that all of these exploration events were specifically, or were explicitly good things, because that's all I was getting so far. Okay, go explore again. It'll be nice to... I wouldn't mind a pop-up when an exploration mission is finished, but I suppose we'll just have to be content with when they actually discover the provinces, and I gotta hope that... Find a way for Aragon to gain some prestige before this happens. Okay, apparently you're not going to get through, isn't it? You're not going to be able to get through Burgundy. Probably because they're rivals, so... You know what, I think I might have to start marching up myself. If it means I have to go get it, then I will. If it means I have to be the one to siege out Calais, then so be it. There's that coast, and you're going to discover a lot more. Or not. Huh, not much more. We're starting to get into the Caribbean, which is good. I like being able to go into the Caribbean because it's worth a lot of money. Oh, did the miners finally get mill access? Did France finally get mill access through Burgundy? I don't know. I don't know who got mill access through who. But I will ask for mill access through Burgundy and march it to Calais myself. Since you won't do it, I guess I'll have to. The Pope wants mill access. Who are you at war with? Oh, against Mantua. A papal Mantuan punitive war. Oh, because you called us. So obviously Mantua had done a lot of AE, but because the Pope called it, it counts as an HRE war. So Austria has to defend. That explains it. I was also wondering why we were going through. What is England doing? England has armies sitting on me, exiled, can't do anything, and he's sitting there like they're doing something. Oh, if you could have told me I was doing that, I would have brought up my navy. Although his heavies are winning against the trade fleet, despite the morale difference. That's interesting. Oh, I think he just lost it. Yeah, starting to lose. No, he's still just losing transports. If my navy wasn't over here, I'd send them. The coast of Essequibo, which is down here. So yeah, if you explore the seas, you tend to get the seas, but if you explore the coasts, then you actually see the provinces that you need, or the provinces that you can colonize. I believe that's how it is anyway. Let's attack. Tech 5, admin Tech 5, temples and constables. Which are good, because temples is a flat base tax of 1, constables are a start towards the production line, which also includes the treasuries, so I'm at least going to throw them here. I only have enough for that. I'm going to have to throw it in Cuenca eventually, but mostly in these 3 provinces, because good goods, unlike grain, which isn't particularly good, grain is just grain, it's pants. It's only got a base price of 2 and doesn't ever go up, I believe. In fact, I think it only ever goes down through... I think it only ever goes down temporary. I don't know if it goes down permanently. But it's mostly temporary drops, I believe. I'm not entirely too sure. And Calais. I'll siege you out. Oh, I have a tactics. Oh yeah, I got Miltech 6. I have the tactics buff over England, so siege goes ever so slightly quicker. Beautiful. Queen Juana the First de Valois. Unfortunately a de Valois, but 635 those points. And I'm going to change nat focus next month, so we have to put some nat focus in dip to help get the breeze through exploration, but those points. I can also now declare war on people. I'm not going to do it immediately because not all my troops are available. Once I'm done over here in Calais, I'll be able to send some down. I also do have 2, the Conquistador and the Explorer. Has my navy come back yet? Where is it going? All the way to the Canaries. Does it have to go somewhere? Does it have to return to somewhere that isn't overseas every time? That would be a tad annoying. Ugh, poor iron. Iron ore quality problems. Yay. Keeps costing you. Just makes everything cost a lot more. Alright, explore the Northern Atlantic and then come back. It's all the way up here. Interesting where the range goes. Yeah, now that we can actually declare war, I'll be wanting to go declare war on Morocco soon to take Tangiers. But I'll need to actually get in there soon, which means getting mill access through Tlemcen, and I should get the mill access immediately, before later. Just so that it helps. Not that I can position people, not that I can position my guys into Tlemcen, but I can position myself in Oran and then just walk over. Much more for you to explore up in the Northern Atlantic. I'll probably uncover these 2 sea zones. Yep. Yeah, you can see the coast of Greenland and another polar bear. Is that Jan Mayen, anyone? I haven't actually done that myself. I haven't actually gotten a chance to play as... what? Oh, the mutiny... Wait. Mutiny timer? I wasn't aware I had something for that. That was a... Huh. Okay, that's a string that should have been sorted out. Yeah, Paradox QA, yeah. Something you should have done. Something you seriously should have done. Okay, there's no missions I can go on. Let's just get ready with the troops. Hopefully I'll be able to win the siege very soon. Austria is winning against everyone else, which is not good. Because they're HRE, they can just march right through. Although, unless they're at war with Burgundy, they can't actually just march through, I think. Are they at war with Burgundy? No, they're not, so they can't directly march through. Although, actually, no, they can. Because I have mill access through Burgundy, so they do. Yeah, they changed mill access. If someone on one side of a war has mill access through a country, the other side does as well, so there's no more one-way access. So I need to actually get this siege out as quickly as possible, get back to my lands, cancel mill access through Burgundy so that Austria can't get through, and then just leave it. Although, actually, yeah, and if with France having their fleet out there, then hopefully England won't be able to get any transports over to Calais. Which would be perfect. Colonial 2 still exploring. And the Andeans haven't exactly conquered much of each other yet. Even though apparently they don't get nationalism for conquering. I don't know if it's just each other or just primitives in general don't give nationalism anymore. I'll have to figure it out when I start taking over those. When I take over those primitives there, we'll have to see what happens. Because I will be in order to help aiding the expansion of colonial Brazil. Oh, and before those constables finish, that reminds me, I should be building a final constable here, because there should be 4 constables, because there will be 4 treasuries. Well, at least 4 treasuries, but that's where I will be building 4 treasuries. Oh, Aragon, don't lose the PU. If I could get the wedding before he dies, that would be brilliant. Then I get the PU over both in one shot. That would be perfect. Oh, France is going on the offensive to whack out Austria. Good job, Frenchie. Gotta love whacking an Austrian. It's the best feeling, though. It's whack an Austrian. He's a... Yeah, the Austrian is just annoying. He deserves to be whacked. And I keep thinking, they said that they'd reduced the volume of fights or battles and everything else. Apparently they've reduced the volume of sieges as well. I'm actually, as these are going on, they're so low now that I'm actually having to think to myself, shit, is my volume too low? Because I can't hear anything, even though everything else is kind of fine. But anyway, there's Calais sieged, so France couldn't get through Burgundy, so I get through for him. Let's get out of your land so I can cancel the mill access. Austria now can't get through unless Austria gets mill access through Burgundy. And if Austria gets mill access through Burgundy, then that means France gets through. When natives attacked, they were a terrifying sight, these half-clothed women with spears, clubs, bows and arrows in their hands, and the sound that emerged from their throats as terrifying as the roar from a tiger. These warrior women from Merida were named Amazons by the survivors of our expedition, and those they did not wound or kill were taken prisoner. Among them was the conquistador, the leader of this quest. So the choice is find them and persuade them to release their captives, lose 50 dip, or they will release him and the rest when they tire of him, lose 5 prestige. Why would you ever not take the prestige hit unless you're worried about losing a PU? Pfft, they will tire of him eventually. So yeah, just get rid of the prestige. Oh, yeah, Carib. They're another new migratory nation over here. They tend to start around here as if they were going to be able to, you know, move into the islands and try and colonize the islands. But that could be what a player might be able to do, if and when they start to use the crib for themselves. Although they have 6 troops, so it's almost like they built a. No, they didn't build a fortified house. No, it's just a lot of tax. That's why. Oh, passed the Heretical Comparendo Act. Why can't I do that? I need admin 6. Well, I can wait. Why am I paying so much? Am I paying reinforcement? Yeah, reinforcement costs. It's always a reinforcement cost somewhere. That's the thing, when you're running 2 colonies, you end up starting to run tight. So I do need to kind of work on my economy a bit. Be that through some temples, through those... in fact, I should build temples here. Because there's a lot of base tax here I can make use of. But let's bring everyone home so that I can head over to take out Morocco, take Tangiers, get even more trade income. Even more of the, what, 7 ducats is there to get even more trade income out of it. Mostly though, I should probably send a guy down to the Ivory Coast soon to be able to send my thing up. What the? Did the main node for Caribbean move down further? It looks like it. I think the Caribbean... Yeah. Similar with Panama. No. Is that Lima going straight to... No, Lima's going straight to Panama and Panama's heading through. It used to be... Caribbean node, instead of being here, was about here or something, so you found it a lot earlier, I think. I may be misremembering, I'm not entirely too sure. We'll see it when it gets fully uncovered eventually. If. Depends on whether the Navy is ever being able to look through it or not. But let us go land in Oran and head across to the Moroccan. I may want a general. I may want a decent general. Like an actual physical general. Ooh. Hixuntraconis. The paint on the great rock that dominates the river is almost faded, but the 6-legged monster it displays is still visible. Our natives tell us a fanciful tale of a dragon-like monster slain by their ancestors, but some of them confusedly insist the painting to be a warning that we should not head further. What is certain is that all of our native guides insist on discharging their weapons at the painted figure as we pass by it. Let us conserve our ammunition for 50 mil, or support their war on the beast for 50 admin. Again, I don't necessarily need the mill, I'm far enough ahead of time, so I will take the admin. Free admin! Woo! Actually, hang on, you sit there. You just move to Muriel and make it a lot easier to transport across. Yeah, we're pretty much almost fully explored South America already. Oh, there is enough support limit here. Let us head over with the troops. And it is 20. I only have 12 there. That is mountains. No, it's only highlands. Morocco's army is 23 strong. Okay, so I should be careful. They only have Tech 4, but I will want a general. And unfortunately, I'm already running... I'm not running a leader over. I will when I take this general, so I should probably take a conquistador. That way, if and when this guy dies, I can send another one over. He's actually, and he was half decent. Technically, yeah, conquistadors, yeah, usually do have lower stats, but that guy was actually good. I already have the mill access, so I want to take Tangier. No, hang on. I want to make sure that my navy is in position to start hitting the Moroccan navy as soon as they land, or as soon as war is declared. Ah, I hate this one. Colonial Company goes bankrupt. It's only 50 ducats, so we'll step in to save.